I don't know how to do it. Alright, we're just going to go.
Okay. Oh, it's not going to reach. Can I unplug it?
Yeah. Howdy, folks. Good afternoon, good evening, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Tonight we're going to be working on the flower. We're going to be shaping and sanding the flower that we cut out last week live. Lucy, if you want to point it over here. What I did is I took the two different boards that we cut, this Baltic birch and this piece of cherry, and I just kind of alternated the pieces to give it a little bit of contrast. You can see the different heights. We're going to be messing around with this tonight, so if you got any questions, we're going to be using the Marathon rotary tool tonight. Be kind of a quick video, just kind of get an overview of how we go about sanding these and what some of the other parts that we can get into the rotary tool. But if you got any questions, feel free. Let's get started. So I really like this rotary tool. It's super simple to use. Comes with this power supply here, and it's adjustable dial. Changing bits on this rotary tool is super easy. It's got a quick lock, able to take the pieces out. Nice collet that you can change for different size barrels, and then it's as simple as locking it back in place, and you're good to go. So on and off switch are on the side. Turn it up a little bit, and typically I would be wearing a mask, but seeing that we're doing this video and talking during this, I'm gonna leave it off for now. But typically I would be using it, so just kind of shaping the edges, making it a little softer, so it's not as sharp.
Sounds weird.
What's that?
Sounds weird.
Yeah. It's not as loud as the saw for sure.
Yep.
A little faster. So as you can see, we kind of rounding over the edges there. Just making a little bit, taking out the sharpness from this side.
You need to do the bottom.
No, because it's going to be resting, so you're not going to notice that.
Larry says this is going to be so cool when it's done.
Thanks, Larry. Yeah, I think it's going to look really cool. Just the contrast between these woods is really nice. How many people we got watching?
13, 14.
All right. I think that one's pretty good for now.
Larry says he's glad to see someone do a video like this.
Yeah, this is definitely a great tool. It's nice to, everybody, hopefully people watched last week when we did the cutting. Now we can see the next process, and hopefully when it's all sanded up, we'll be able to do the glue up and show everybody that process too. I think that's hopefully that'll be helpful. Well, trust me, I'm no expert, but you can kind of see what I'm trying to do here is kind of just, as I'm rounding over the edge, make it a little softer, takes away that sharp edge right here, takes away that squared edge, and just kind of gives it a little bit more delicate look, being that it's a flower and everything. A little dimension, too.
Larry asked if this is Intarsia project.
I don't think that it is. I think more that style is pieces that are glued together, but I think it's kind of the similar where you take different different woods, and you're going to glue them together so that they meet up, and then round them over. I've never done one of those pieces, but I have seen a lot of pictures that people post, and people make some really beautiful things. I might even have a book somewhere on it, but I've never given it a try. So I don't know how to say that word either.
Intarsia.
Yeah, I never know how to pronounce it.
We said it just looks so close to Intarsia.
Yeah, maybe it is, and I didn't know, but
Ron says, so cool, nice job.
Thanks, Ron.
Michael says that'll look amazing.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. What do you think?
Can you feel it?
Yeah.
I almost just went toward that.
What's that?
I almost just went toward that.
Yeah, don't feel this. Not where this is at. Okay, there you go. Starting to look like something.
Changes the color.
Yeah, because we sanded it down the top layer off. I think I forgot to do this one.
Larry says, I think your project covers a lot of ground. Like maybe meaning like you're showing how to do a bunch of different techniques.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's what we're trying to go for. Trying to show just different elements of it and just different steps, processes through. It's okay.
What is the FB? Mom's going to my Joe's. Larry says I'm a smart young lady.
What's that?
Larry says I'm a smart young lady.
She is. She certainly is.
So Michael's asking, when you cut the project out, where they cut a 90-degree angle or on an angle? Or
Nope.
did you cut the boards out one on top of the other?
Yeah, so I stack cut them so that all the parts would match up, and I was able to then transfer them without any issues because they all fit, whether it's in this piece over here or I think it would be this one down here, flipped over,
Right.
right there. It's gonna fit by stack cutting them, so that made it easy. Kind of thought about that before because this is the idea I wanted to go with. Just a little bit of planning.
Can I show the other one? The
Sure.
first one?
We'll replay that. So that's where the idea came from. I did this one a little while ago, probably last year sometime maybe. Just used a couple different woods and soften the edges using the rotary tool, and then I got them all to lay out very similar to what I'm doing here. Is I use the piece that I cut them from as a template, so I'll know where everything lays, and then I can glue each piece in individually, and I'll be able to take the template off, and then everything will lay in its correct spot. So hopefully that explains it. Who was it that asked the question? Michael?
Yes.
Yeah, Michael, if you're still watching, feel free to go back on Bearwood's Facebook page and you can watch the live video of us cutting it last week. They post those live videos, and there's a bunch of other people that post other types of videos also, but that's up there. Feel free to go back and watch it, and you can see our process of cutting it all out last week. I didn't show the gluing up and taping of the pattern, but maybe I should do that on another video. I know someone else had asked me about my process in getting the pattern onto the wood, so I'll show that at a future time.
He says thank you for the explanation.
Absolutely. Thank you for the question.
Larry is asking, have you thought of using this fourth of an inch sanding drum for the smaller areas?
Yeah, I do have some smaller sanding drums. Just kind of trying to cover some area right now. I don't want to take up too much time. I'll get into the detail work a little bit later, but definitely for this video I wanted to knock down as much as possible. But yeah, Larry, I do have some other, I have a lot of other bits that can get into the tinier areas and stuff, and show those.
You also have another question. What material did you cut it from?
So this is Baltic birch. This is 1/4 inch Baltic birch, and this is I think this is like cherry. Someone suggested that it's possibly cherry. We just had this in a stack somewhere that we had salvaged from something. But yeah, I do have some smaller sanding drums with different grit sandpaper that I can put on there. I believe this is probably like an 80 grit that we're using right now. We have some sanding discs to get into those tight areas. These discs are really nice. You can kind of, while you're sanding, you get into these smaller areas, clean those up. Those are real nice. These little fly, I don't know what you would call these plastic wheels. I think they're to knock like the burrs from the sanding off. And then we have a bunch of different barrel. These are like different bits that we can have. Got all these from Bare Woods, different sizes, different shapes for different applications. Triangle, pyramid ones get into smaller areas, even down to these tiny ones here. Smaller round ones, if you want to get in and show those. Smaller round ones. Even a smaller triangle one. So yeah, so all those you can use for, like I said, different applications and stuff. But right now we're just, knocking the big stuff off, making the shape so everybody can kind of see what the idea is, and then we'll go back and clean it up as necessary. Even simple sandpaper will do to get into these other tiny areas. Grab some sandpaper and shape it that way too. But
Larry says it was just an idea. Nice job. I was thinking out loud. Sorry.
No. I definitely think out loud, because then I'm able to explain and hopefully, show other people what's out there and what's available. And
it was a good idea too.
Yeah, definitely. Still got some people watching?
16.
Oh, wow. Very good.
Yeah. This is from Larry. After watching you, I'm thinking of maybe doing something like a hummingbird. Think that would be so cool.
Yeah, the similar style, Larry. Cutting out the pieces and then making it almost 3D. If that's what you're going for, I think that'd be really cool.
And then Perry says, and you can do your nails while you are creating. It's minus.
You definitely can. I know that this thing can probably tear some skin off. Gotta be careful for sure.
Larry said yes. That's what he was going for.
Yeah, awesome. I would love to see. I'd love to see that. Get on it, Larry. Let's get it done. Let's see it.
Larry says he's a way overthinker.
Always good to come up with ideas. Keep your mind going. Keep it. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
Keep her busy.
keep it busy. Come up with new ideas. I'm always thinking that. Unfortunately, I'm probably thinking too much about woodworking when I probably should be doing my regular job. But you know, when you have a passion for something, you just kind of can consume you at times. So I'm always thinking of different projects to do, different ways to do them, things people have asked me to do, how I'm gonna tackle those. Get the endless list knocked down a little bit. And then especially watching other people and seeing what they make and how they do stuff, it just sparks the interest there too. That's for sure.
Harry's asking what adhesive you're using.
What adhesive?
Yes.
I'm using a 3M Super 77 adhesive spray. I've used quite a few different ones in the past, but this is the stuff that I use most often. I think this has got a good hold. I always have an issue with most adhesives. This spray nozzle always kind of clogs up. This one seems to not clog up as much. If anybody's got a tip on how to keep that clean, I understand you can clean it with alcohol, or I use Goo Gone sometimes to clean that up, but in between is the toughest time that buildup happens. But this is the adhesive that I use. So here are the petals for our first flower. So that's what that's looking like now. You can tell the difference, you know. So this is the first one, and then if you move to this one, so this is what they originally look like. And then back up here again, we just soften the edges up, made it, look a little bit more delicate. Just gonna grab a drink. Again, I switched some pieces to give it some contrast. Now these inside pieces, try to get over these tweezers. Let's see how it goes.
I have tweezers.
No, that's okay. as I struggle to get these inner pieces out. There we go. Yeah. So now I'll gently.
Larry says, when I was in 2nd grade, there was an elderly man brought in a scroll saw to our school, and he cut each student in my class a Christmas ornament, and I thought it was so neat, and I love it, so now I make things.
That's great. That's an awesome memory, and that's something that, you know, sounds like it got you started in that process. My dad used to cut stuff down at his wood shop that he had in our basement, and he gave me his scroll saw as a Christmas gift one year, and I think that was one of my best Christmas presents I can remember. It was an old Craftsman, and the blades were pinned, so that's what I got started on. And that, man, I think I was in my early 20s, but yeah, just the memories that this can be made. And I love making things for people, just to take an idea and, you know, someone shares it with you, or you just kind of come up with something and you're able to give that away. That's great. It's a great memory. Thanks
He
for sharing
said
that.
he would have to paint his pieces.
Pardon me?
He would have to paint his pieces. I don't know if that's for the hummingbird or... I don't know. I'm not sure.
We got the little one. Soften that up a little bit. These little pieces, just gotta be careful they don't fling all over the room and then you can't find them after you're done. It happens all too often. Come up with a better way to do this.
He said if he made something like this project you're working on, he would have to paint it.
Oh yeah.
It would be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I love painting the pieces. I'm trying to learn the art of spray painting. I even think about getting an airbrush. Not sure if anybody uses those out there. I'm not sure how difficult they are to learn, but I think those are really, some people do some really cool things with those.
Oops. Sorry.
What did you do?
My other hand knocked the phone.
See, this is the Baltic birch that's plywood, so it's layered. So it's going to give it another little.
Oh, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, because they put a veneer on the top. It's a very thin layer of wood.
Pat is asking, how would it work with intarsia? I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with that style of scrolling. I think someone asked about that earlier. I think it's a beautiful way of scrolling. I've never tried it. I've seen a lot of pictures and a lot of things that people post, and I think this might be similar style, but I think from just what I've seen is more of those pieces are together. There's not really space around them to make up that picture or whatever the design is.
Larry says, yes, I've seen a few people use an airbrush, but very few videos on spraying on wood. I want to use an airbrush to paint projects and overthinking it, I think.
So I've been working with the aerosol cans for a little bit now, and one person that I've really paid attention to on Facebook and mostly on Instagram is Dave Taylor. He is super. I wish I could think of another adjective, but he's really awesome at the painting projects that he puts out there. He uses a lot of MDF, which I think might be easier to paint than wood. But his process that he uses and the things that he has posted, a lot of priming your pieces first to get that perfect coat of paint afterwards, priming, then sanding, then priming again. If you have an opportunity, go check him out, Dave Taylor. He is, like I said, one of the best at aerosol painting. There's actually a lot of people that I follow on Instagram mainly that, they put out really beautiful work, and the way that they can get the paint to shine and look like glass almost is just amazing.
Larry also says, I've seen people thin the craft paints for airbrush.
Oh, yeah. I've never tried one. I would love to give it a shot. Just have not invested in one, and I would love to give it a shot. Again, just anything is always an investment, when you first try out, and then hopefully you like it, you get good at it. Even this rotary tool or any other tool is an investment. I just invested into this wood burner so I can burn some designs in some wood. This is a really, really neat wood burner. Again, that's from Bare Woods, this Coalwood wood burner. It's amazing. Heats up and cools down so quickly. Super excited to try out some new projects with that. So there's our first flower done. Everything's got a little shape right now. Still a little rough. We'll clean that up as we go forward. But now we'll move on to some other parts of the leaves.
Pat says that's where my Coalwood went.
That's where what?
That's where Coalwood went.
Coalwood?
Yeah.
The wood burner, I wonder if he's referring to?
Probably.
Yeah.
And Larry says, I like the side siphon airbrush from Master Airbrushes.
Okay. I'm assuming that's a brand that he might use.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll be one of the next tools I invest in. The really decent airbrush sets.
Sheila says the sanding on the pieces makes the flower stand out beautifully.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Make this thing look a little more not realistic, but just more dimension on it.
And Larry says he got it from TCP Global, and he says beautiful work.
What's like the? Is that an expensive one? Is it like a moderately expensive? What's the price point on something like that, Larry?
Michael said, I make wooden toys and burn the child's name on the side so they see their names while playing. Thank you for showing this. It gives me ideas to distract from my crippling pains.
Yeah, that's great. You make it personal for them by burning their name. That's what I've thought about a couple things. I can burn maybe in a cutting board or something like that. Burn someone's last name, or make it a little bit more personal. There's so many tips. I know we're doing a rotary tool display right now, but these are all the tips that I've gotten to go with the wood burner, and man, I haven't even tried half of these. I've only messed around with one or two of them so far, but I'm sure they all do something different, one to the next, and I'm super excited to get into that.
Larry says it's about $50.
$50, okay. It's not too bad of a price.
No. Oh. Plus, whatever the shipping there, in California, he thinks.
Sure. Everything's got to be shipping price, but
Sorry. I didn't even touch it.
yeah, it just fell.
It looks really good.
Thanks. That looks cool.
Yeah. So do you not have to sand anymore?
I'll probably give them, because this is the 80 grit, I'll probably give them a 220 just to get them super smooth. Because they're kind of smooth now, but
Yeah.
if I do the 220 on them, it'll make them
They'll
even
be
smoother.
super smooth.
And then when we add the mineral oil, because that's our favorite finish, and they'll look really nice. And they'll pop.
Yep. Larry says there's a guy in the UK, goes by the Flaming Wood Turner. He uses an airbrush to paint his projects on YouTube. He does beautiful work.
What was the name he said? The Flaming
Wood Turner.
Okay, I'll have to check out some of his videos. Larry, does he give instruction on how to use the airbrush, or he just shows him using it on his projects?
Did you get your nail a couple times?
No, I don't think so. Oh, maybe I did. I guess that guy was right. I can do my nails at the same time.
He does geometric pattern.
Okay.
And he said I'm not sure if he gives instructional videos.
That's okay. I'll check him out. Thanks for the tip.
His name is Nick. The guy.
Sounds good.
Michael's asking, how large is the cutout base? 12 inches by 8 inches or what?
So this piece, let's measure it just to make sure. Look at this. Comes with its own tool rest. So this is about 9 by 15.
Ooh.
Like that, all that sawdust coming out.
What size scroll saw was it cut out on?
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. So over here. So this is the Pegasus scroll saw, 21-inch base. Actually, I think it's 21-inch throat. This is an amazing scroll saw. If you go over to the Bear Woods Facebook page, you can see a couple videos that we've posted. We posted one last week where we cut this pattern out. Give that a look. This is an amazing scroll saw. It's definitely worth investing in and upgrading to. So I can't be more pleased with that. And again, I apologize for not understanding the question.
Michael says sorry, Bear Woods is too far for him in Australia.
I know they ship to a lot of places. You might want to check them out, and maybe for the scroll saw, shipping might be a little expensive, but I know that they do ship to a lot of locations.
We have 18 people watching.
Awesome. Hopefully everybody's doing good today. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If anyone has any questions, please feel free. Ask. Lucy's reading. I'll do my best to answer anything you guys got. time for one more, actually. Okay.
In Mom's car, there's a huge spider that crawled up her leg, and then we lost it.
Until I freak while you're driving, right?
Yep. Well, we were parked. We were at Taekwondo, but it was scary.
I can only imagine what she did.
Yeah. A lot of screaming. Actually, all I saw was her just like slapping her leg, and then I was like, oh. Sheila's wondering what type of glue you use to attach the pieces.
Several different glues that I've used before. Tight Bond, this Tight Bond Instant Bond wood adhesive, this thick. It's really good. It's CA glue with an accelerator, or even Loctite. Yeah, just mainly just super glue. Maybe a little wood glue to help strengthen it. Definitely not too much so it doesn't squeeze out when you glue the pieces down. I learned that the hard way. Get a project all finished up and then you get a spot of glue on it. Nothing more aggravating. Alright, so there's the last piece we're going to do today. So there's what we've worked on so far. Again, we're going to try to work on the rest of this this week. I don't know about Lucy, she's going to go out, but I'm going to work on the rest of the week and hopefully get this ready for next Tuesday when we can do the live glue up. You guys will see the process. I think that'll be kind of cool. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this, and if you didn't see the video last week, head back to Bear Woods Facebook page, check out the video where we scrolled these patterns, and then you can get a reference of where we started from, where we're going, and then hopefully we'll have a finished product next week. So if you guys didn't see in the comments, you can use code HUMBY at bearwoods.com. It'll give you 5% off blades, some other products on there. Feel free to use that. Also check me out on Facebook or Instagram, humbyshive.com. Is also my website. Feel free, leave me a comment, friend me, whatever you guys need. Check my stuff out. I do appreciate you watching tonight, and you guys have a great night. All right, bye.